How can we live in alignment with the orders of love to be more connected to our strength, to our power, and to be able to live with more flow in life, with abundance, health, joy, success? Well, let's start with one order at a time. These are the orders of love described by Bert Hellinger for the family constellations modality. And the first order is the order of belonging, where we understand that everybody belongs, no matter what they have done, everybody from the family system. Nobody can be excluded, because when somebody is excluded, then we have entanglements with the ones that are excluded, and we follow their patterns. We connect to their blocked trauma and emotions. So, if we want to be in order with this aspect, with belonging, what we need to do is to make sure that we're including everybody in our lives. We're giving them a space, a place. And sometimes people are very difficult, so we may not be able to have a day-to-day relationship with them, but we need to hold them in our heart. Everybody belongs in the family system, and we need to honor that and respect that, no matter how horrible we think somebody is. And we need to also realize if we are excluding ourselves, because sometimes we exclude ourselves because of entanglements that we have with others in the family system. And we're constantly doing this. It's important that we do a family constellation so that we can release those entanglements and that we stop following those patterns from the past. It is very important to know that excluding also means judging and criticizing. So we need to stop judging and criticizing everyone, including ourselves. Everybody in the family system, but everybody that we know, everybody that we have relationship with. And understand that everyone did the best that they could or are still doing the best that they can. And we need to put barriers if it's necessary, if somebody's doing things that hurt us or that are not allowed. So it is important that we take care of ourselves and put those barriers, but with love, without judging and criticizing the other person, understanding that they're doing the best that they can. But we are gonna take care of ourselves and do what's necessary so that we're safe, so that we're protected, so that we can connect with love and life and flow with ease. So that is the first order of love, the order of belonging. Then we have the order of the hierarchy. And the order of the hierarchy means that everybody has a place in the family system. And it is important to be in our place, in our role. You can take a look at your life and see if you're being a daughter to your parents, or are you actually telling them what to do? Or maybe to your siblings, you're being a mother or a father to your siblings. So look at the different relationships that you have. Maybe toward your children, maybe toward your partner. Are you being a child to your partner or a mother or a father? Every single position has a role, and we need to respect that. And when we're not respecting that, we're not respecting others, we're not respecting ourselves, we're not in our place, and we're not in the strength that that place gives to us. So take a look at your lives on the different relationships that you have. And realize if you're not in your place, start shifting whatever you need to do to go back to your place, to be a daughter of your parents, to be a mother or a father of your children, to be a partner of your partner. And that will let you flow with ease and strength in your life. That's the second order of love, the order of hierarchy. The third order of love is the order of giving and receiving. And what this is showing us is that there's a balance that needs to exist always in every single relationship of giving and receiving. The only place where that balance doesn't exist is with our parents, because our parents give and we take. There's nothing as precious as life that we can give back to our parents. So we give it to our children, or we give it to life, to others, to a project that we have in life. So we cannot have a balance with our parents, but with other relationships, it is very important that we have a balance between the giving and receiving, on how much do we give to the other and how much we receive. And when there's no balance, what happens is that the relationships break. So look at the relationships that you have. Maybe it's a relationship with your job. Are you receiving as much as you're giving? Because when that's not happening, we're going to lose strength. The relationship breaks and it's not going to work out, where you're either depleted or the money doesn't have strength. Maybe it's in the relationships with your partner. Is there an equal amount of giving and receiving from each other, and it's going to be different. What somebody gives is different than what the other is able to give. Also, what about with your friends? What about with your siblings? What is important as well is that sometimes we like to give and give and give. And for some reason, others are not able to give back on that amount. So it is our responsibility to stop giving so much. Because sometimes when we give so much, we want others to give back on the same amount. And we cannot ask them to do something that is not in their nature for whatever reason, that is not in their capacities. So, in order to maintain the strength in the relationship, we need to be aware of this. And if we're giving too much, we need to stop giving and give only as much as the other person can give back so that we're able to maintain this balance, a healthy balance. We can always give a little bit more, but when the balance is way off, then it's going to create issues and problems. And this is a little bit of a sensation. We don't need to have a notebook and have each list of the things that we're giving and receiving from others. It's just a sensation. But we need to know that when one is giving a lot more than the other one, the relationship is not going to have strength. It's not going to flow with ease. And the last order that I wanted to share with you that is not really described in the orders of love of Bert Hellinger, but he did include it on part of the understanding of family constellation, is acceptance. And this is that we need to accept everybody exactly the way that they are. We need to accept ourselves the way that we are, life, difficulties, challenges. And yes, we can have intentions, we can work toward what we want to shift, to change, to do better in life. But first, we need to have that acceptance that things are the way they are for a reason. People are the way they are for a reason too. And if we're able to realize that we cannot fight with the past, we cannot fight with others the way they are, we can ask for what we want, but we cannot change others. We can only work on ourselves and change ourselves and decide how we want to move forward. When we're able to move forward from that place of acceptance, things become easier because we're not fighting against reality. We're accepting it. And then the steps to live and move toward a more fulfilled relationship, life situation become more clear. It's easier. It's like an easy flow that it's not blocked from those ideas of how things should be. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. And if you're having any problems or issues or difficulties, maybe a family constellation can help. Let me know.